Welcome to the Same Wavelength podcast. I am your host, Morgan Elizabeth, and thank you for joining the wave on the second episode of this podcast. I really like the feedback and the love that I got from the first episode. And speaking of love, I'm going to introduce you to this week's guest, who is someone that I became friends with when I first moved to Florida. We immediately bonded when we came into high school together, and I just love this girl so much. She is my best friend. So I am introducing you to Kristen.
Hi everyone! It's so lovely to be here. I'm extremely excited to be recording this with you. I know you used to talk about starting a podcast all the time, so the fact that you've started one and I get to be a guest on, some of the first couple episodes is one just amazing. I love that you thought of me as someone that would be a good guest, and I'm just really proud of you for going out and doing this.
Stop. I think my love language is hearing I'm proud of you from literally anybody. I could hear it from anybody, and I'm just like, yes, thank you. That is my love language.
I am proud of you. This is a big
Stop.
step. This is a big step for you. And it's just amazing that you're inviting everyone out, especially all your close friends, to, hear their opinions, updates on trends, things that, you know, the modern day world kind of like wants to start talking about.
Yes, because I don't want to hear about politics.
Oh God.
That's the last thing on my mind.
I told someone that I was going to be on a podcast, and they're like, "What are you guys going to talk about? You can talk about politics?" And I was like, "Hell no!"
We're literally
That's the
talking
last thing
about
I want to talk
we're
about.
talking about high school, we're talking about parasocial relationships, creativity, like literally not politics any way, shape, or form.
But like going into high school, though, I mean, like we've been friends for what, like at least 6, 7 years now.
So high school
That's
started in
crazy.
2015. Yeah, that's 8 years.
Oh
Wait, am I doing my
wait,
math right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
eight.
Jesus.
Holy
Oh my God, we're
crap.
getting old.
We okay, girl. We are in our 20s.
I'm getting okay. Listen, I'm 22, but I swear to God, I have the bones and the joints of like an 80-year-old. Okay,
No, for real. I hear you on that. I'm like, I can't be doing this labor anymore.
I'm just like sitting here like, oh, it hurts to bend down. My back hurts when I sit certain ways for too long. My bed's the only comfy place I could be in anymore. I can't do all that walking around.
What's your favorite play? What's your favorite way to sit in a seat?
It depends where I'm at because I know people will stare at me weird, but usually like at school, I would kind of have one leg bent on the chair and then the other knee like up so I can lean on it. Like my feet were never on the floor in school. Now, if it's like a restaurant or something, I'm usually a lot more quote unquote ladylike, and so
Oh,
I'll sit usually with my legs crossed.
yeah.
If bed, couch, anywhere else like that, I even the floor, I always sit crisscross applesauce. I'm sitting like that right now.
I love crisscross applesauce. I will always be a crisscross applesauce girly.
See, the only problem with crisscross applesauce is that if I'm sitting like that, I like to draw and stuff like that in my free time. So if I'm sitting that way for way too long, my knees start to hurt so badly.
That and your feet fall asleep so fast.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I just don't put like I think it might be the way that I put my feet when I'm sitting like that. But my feet don't fall asleep. It's usually just my knees start to hurt and then I have to like stretch out and it just is so uncomfortable after that.
Yeah, because once you stretch out and you get up and you're trying to go back into crisscross applesauce, it's just not the same way as it was before.
It's not as comfy. It's like you either got to stick it out or you just got to like just decide that crisscross applesauce isn't the way.
Yeah, but it has to be the way. It has, or at least like a form of it. Like at least having like one leg out and the other one still in like a crisscross applesauce kind of way. That's how I usually sit.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I was saying like how I would sit in the chairs. I'd have the one leg bent like crisscross applesauce, but then the other leg, rather than finishing that formation, I had like the other knee up and I could like lean on it or
Yeah,
like reach around it or something like that. I don't know. I would sit weird in high school. I still sit weird.
I remember you saying that way in our history class. Like every time I looked over
In
at you,
Doolin's class,
yes, in Doolin's class.
dude, I miss that man. That was
That
a good teacher.
class, that was a good teacher, a good man, a good class.
Everything about that class was just hilarious. He still has my senior photo. Apparently, it's right next to Ashlyn's. That's what she told me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I remember when first, I'm using air quotes. I know nobody could see me, but when I first gave it to him, aka he was outside the room waiting for us to enter, and I stood up on the chair and taped it to his ceiling.
What? Oh
This is the
wait,
first you can see
yes,
me do
I do
that.
remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, I just stood up. It was right above my desk. I stood up in the chair, just stuck it straight to the ceiling. And I don't know how long it took him to find it, but I mean, it was there for a good while.
Do you still have the note he wrote in your journal?
Oh, yeah, I have the journal somewhere. I know I still have that note. His hashtag plenty of fish from when I was dating he who shall not be named on this podcast.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that note
That
is
was the best.
legendary. It was legendary. Not the relationship, the
Oh,
note.
oh yeah, that relationship was not legendary
That
at
relationship
all.
was awful.
I try and block it out anytime I can.
Yeah, we will get out of there now.
High school was it was a weird time.
Yeah, I feel like we met the best and the worst people there.
Speaking of meeting people, actually, this is what I was gonna bring this up earlier.
Okay.
I actually got in contact with someone. He didn't go to our high school, but I was in high school when I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And so you remember Abby, like one of
Yes.
my best friends from high school.
Yes.
Um, so her and I went to the mall one day, and we're two high school girls. Of course, we're looking at shops, and we're also scouting for cute boys that were around the mall. So we see this group of three guys, and they looked our age, so we're like, okay, they're kind of cute, whatever. Um, but at some point, we had passed them like 3, 4 different times before we finally went up to them and started talking to them. And later that night, we actually hung out with them. Two of them we don't talk to at all anymore. But one of them we actually stayed in contact with. And I actually just hung out with him the other day because he added me on Snapchat. And we did not remember who the other one was for like 2 days before we finally put the pieces together.
Jeez.
And honestly, it was a lot of fun catching up with him. Like, we went to the beach, we just hung out, and it was a good time catching up and just making sure that he doesn't talk to them anymore because they sucked. No, he
Mm-hmm.
does not, by the way. Update on that. Does not talk to them anymore.
Good. Good.
But I don't know. It was like good to think about some things that happened in high school that actually brought me a little closer to friends and meeting new people, and he was one of them. So Elijah, if you if you see this, I miss you, dude. You need to come back to Florida already.
Wait, he left?
He was only visiting for like a week when him and I hung out.
Oh, okay.
But a couple of years ago, he moved up to North Carolina. So
Ooh,
that's where
nice
he
place.
literally just left the other day and got back home. But I
It was
miss
good that
him.
you got
He
to
needs to come
be with
back.
him. I don't
Yeah.
talk to anybody from high school anymore except for you. I mean, I've talked to one person, but it's mostly just like catching up and then not following afterwards.
So people from high school, at least for me, are very hit or miss. Like, some of them, like, I can talk to, have a conversation with, and sometimes we'll make plans, but that doesn't mean we actually follow through.
Oh yeah.
Um, but like, other than that, like, people that I actively hang out with and see, or like even just talk to, it's probably just you and Ashlyn, really. I mean, I talk to Carly here and there, but that's really it.
Does she have a
Oh, and
baby
Caleb.
now?
Yes, Carly does have a baby now.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for
The
her.
her baby is about a month old now, I believe.
That's the same age as one of the babies from my coworker. Like he just recently had a baby too.
Her baby is so freaking cute. I got the photos. I got the photos, and I like we kept begging her the entire like month leading up to her giving birth. I was like, "You need to send me those photos. Like, I want to be one of the first people to see that baby." And she sent me the photos right after, and it was I love that kid.
Is it a girl boy?
Girl.
Oh,
Little baby girl.
I love it. I
Of
love it.
privacy, I won't disclose the name, but I mean,
Yeah, of
like,
course.
if I can find the photos, I will send you one just so you can see because she's really cute.
Yay. I love seeing
Oh,
baby
perfect.
photos.
Perfect. I just found her.
Ooh.
It looks like
I'm
she might have red hair just like her mom, but I don't know. We'll have to see
Ooh.
if it grows out.
Oh my
Normally, babies look like
gosh.
little aliens, but her baby is so cute.
They do. They are so cute. Oh my gosh. I love baby faces.
Sorry, viewers, we're staring at babies.
No, it's okay. I mean, don't say it like that though. That could be weird. Sorry, we're staring at babies right now. My gosh.
Boy,
Okay.
you there?
Oh my gosh. I knew my mic was gonna go out.
I was saying there, just like it's really silent. I was like, is she here still?
I am here. It just sometimes goes out.
Well, at least we noticed it relatively fast. I had a feeling it had to be something with your mic because it got way too quiet.
Yeah, and I'm not that quiet. I mean,
Yeah,
a
I
little
mean,
bit.
you can be quiet, but you're not that quiet.
No, especially with
That was like
people
dead
that I
silence.
like weird. Weird.
Oh
Anywho,
my god, do you like me? You got a crush on me or something?
stop. We can't be flirting on the podcast, Kristen. That's private matter.
Oops. Guys, you didn't hear that. It's okay.
No, you're not involved. You're not involved in our relationship that we totally have. She's my wife. Like I already proposed to her and everything, so.
Oh my god.
Do you not remember? It was like on the beach, sunset.
Of course I remember. How could I not remember the happiest day of my life?
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god.
Okay, anyway, we should probably like talk about other topics.
It was after, and this is a good lead up to this. After high school is when I kind of started getting more into games and stuff. Like I'd always watched people play games, but I never actually went and played many of my own. But I've made it kind of as a goal that I think I want to start streaming or like maybe YouTube. I don't know which one I want to start with because I feel like either one's going to be a little hard. And I mean, they're both going to be hard in the beginning, but I mean, like, I feel like streaming and keeping like a consistent amount of viewers for me is
I,
going
f-
to be a little hard.
I feel like Twitch might be good for like audience wise.
But you see, I just get nervous because of the fact that, like I said, for partnerships and everything, you have to maintain like a certain amount of viewers per
Yeah.
stream, from my understanding. And I don't know if I'm gonna be funny enough to keep people entertained for that long.
Yeah, I mean, what games were you thinking of playing?
So I think I want to start out with some cozier games and then move my way up to horror games, but I don't really want to touch anything competitive. Like I don't want to do Warzone or Valorant or Rainbow Six unless
Do
like
you
I
play
really
Valorant?
get begged to. I've wanted to, but I have not.
I'm scared of that game, bro. They're crazy.
I know, that's why I haven't touched it. It's the
Yeah,
same thing.
I'm.
I mean, like each one of those games has its downfalls to it.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
I wouldn't want to play Warzone or like, you know, let's say Counter Strike because of things people might say that my stream might, catch, and I don't want to get
Yeah.
in
Mm-hmm.
trouble for that.
Exactly, because it's not like you said it. You just have a bad team.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like, as far as I'm aware, I don't think Valorant or like Apex or Overwatch are really bad with that kind of stuff. They're just very competitive, and I'm not that kind of person. I've never been like super competitive with games.
Yeah, I tried Overwatch for a long time, and then I like got into the competitive part of it, and it just kind of it got too
I
much.
feel like like being competitive for games. Like I understand the whole point of it, but for me personally, I feel like it ruins the game. Like it doesn't make me want to play it now.
Exactly. That's how I feel about it. Like I don't want to like make it into a contest. Like I just want to play a game.
Exactly. Like, I just want to have fun. Like, I'm just here for a good time. But no, then I have people that are going to be competitive and yell at me for not playing the character right or something like that. Like, it just ruins it. It makes me never want to play it again.
Exactly, exactly. That's what got me out of Overwatch. But I know my previous guest Johnny is very big on it, so maybe he'll get me back into it. But we'll see.
I've wanted to try it, but also I hear so many people talk mad shit about that game.
It's just
I don't know if
it's
it's
a
worth
whole new
it.
meta now since like like Johnny would talk more about it obviously, but Jeff Kaplan used to be the owner of Overwatch and then he left, so now it's under a new person and apparently it's gone downhill.
That and it was when they put it on the Switch that
Yes.
I heard that a lot of people did not like that at all. And for me, it didn't affect me because I didn't play the game. But it also was like, if I'm hearing this many people upset about that, it makes me kind of, it turns me away from it. You know, I'm like, I don't really need to play it.
I don't think a Switch should have PvP games, except like Pikmin or that's not a PvP game. I don't know what PvP games are, but I feel like a Switch is like it's a cozy Mario type of thing. Like I have racing games on here. I have Dreamlight Valley, I have Stardew Valley, I have Zelda. Like none of these are competitive.
Like, I just got a Switch from my family. Shout out to my family. Thank you. I love my Switch. And I primarily play things I have the Pokemon Shining Pearl. I have Digimon Cyber Sleuth. I know I'm a little bit of a nerd, but Digimon is so cool. And then I have Splatoon, I think 3, and then another game that I cannot put my finger on right now. It might be a Mario game. But
I just
I
recently
wouldn't.
got Mario Kart because my boyfriend Switch, he had to like archive everything so he could get Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay, okay.
So he doesn't have Mario Kart anymore, but I have it and I already got all the unlockables. So we're good on that front.
I need to come over and start playing those games with you guys again. Those were fun times.
That's where it gets competitive and that's okay.
Well, see, we're just a group of friends hanging out and yelling at each other at Mario Party. It's okay. That's what
Yeah,
everyone
it's
does.
totally okay. It's totally not breaking us apart.
Totally not at all. Totally
Oh,
not when I got super competitive about it in the group chat that one time.
yeah, it's totally okay.
Dude, I miss those days. Those are actually a lot of fun.
Speaking of Nintendo games and like kind of streaming, have you heard of the new like watermelon game from China that's over in the US now?
Is that the one that has you have to match the fruit up and it makes it like a different fruit?
Yes.
Yes. I've seen people playing it on TikTok.
It's $3 on the
And
Switch.
I sit there and I get so focused on what they're doing for that game. It could be the ADHD talking.
It's
That could be what it is, but
I got it
it
last
makes me
night and
super focused.
it's like it is competitive but it's also just kind of calming in a way.
But it's a different type of competitive.
Yes, it's like you have to try getting the highest score cuz everyone's trying to get over 3,000 and I can't even break 2,000 right now.
It's okay. You just got it. You'll get there eventually.
No, like again, just got it. But it's fun. If you ever want to play that game on stream, you'll probably get some people. I don't
Oh,
know.
100%.
It's like the
The
most
big
popular game
game
right
right
now.
now. Yeah. I was gonna say I go on TikTok and I see like 4 or 5 different people playing that game.
Yeah, like I only watch Ludwig and Valkyrie play it right now, but damn, they be going in on it. They're like, okay, if I do this, then I'll get this outcome, and then I'll get the blah blah blah. Blah. It's like, whoa.
You gotta strategize for that game. You gotta make sure you place your fruit right. Otherwise, you won't get the matchup you want. Or it'll fall to the bottom. Or it'll just throw everything off. Like you gotta be careful.
Yeah, and I guess I'm not careful with my fruits because sometimes they be flying out that jar and it's game over. And I'm like, what the heck?
See, for me, the people I've been watching recently, which I've kind of found them all at the same time. I've been watching Smitty and his channel, them playing Mario Kart or Mario Party. But
Yes,
from
yeah.
there, I started watching Grizzy and Pezzy and Puffer, and I know they all just went or at least some of them just went to TwitchCon, and I'm so jealous because I would have loved to go and meet them. But like they were kind of my big like realization that I want to stream at some point in my life, whether it's sometime next year, like at the soonest, or I wait a couple years down the line and start doing it. I just realized that that's something that I do want to do. I like the concept of streaming.
Yeah, we're almost at the end of 2023. That could be a good goal for the new year, or just like starting to end the year with that goal.
Yeah. So right now I'm trying to work on saving up some so that I can at least start getting the setup that I would want. Probably start with the smaller things like a better headset and a better mic and stuff like that, and then slowly start moving towards getting myself an actual PC to use and not my crappy little laptop that I'm using to help you record this.
I mean, hey, anything is better than a phone. Anything is better than a phone.
True. But like this laptop is God knows how old, and this thing can barely run Minecraft. I need something better.
Can it play Roblox?
Probably.
Oh my gosh. I love Roblox.
It will run Minecraft. I'm just saying it won't run it to the best, but it can
gotcha.
run Roblox.
I love Roblox. I love that piece of place game. I think I said this in the last episode too, but I love Roblox. I play it when I'm bored. Just run around with the 9-year-olds.
If I'm not on my phone playing games, because I started playing a couple games there, two in particular that I had a very bad hyperfixation on. If I'm not on my phone, then I'm usually playing Stardew Valley or Disney Dreamlight, which I'm not very far in Disney Dreamlight because usually my go-to is Stardew Valley. But on my phone, then I'm playing Maple Heroes, and I think it's called Campfire Cafe, which is like a little animal restaurant game. And oh my god, that one's so cute.
It sounds cute.
I'm telling you, check it out when we're done with this because it is so adorable, and I'm so far into that game.
I might have to. How far are you in Dreamlight Valley?
Not very. I know that I just got Moana and Maui from the last time I played, but I haven't played in a very long time.
I just check in occasionally. Like, I'm too busy with other stuff that I'll just look in and I'll be like, okay, this is where I'm at right now. Okay, I'm gonna go do it another day. And then I don't go back to it.
Honestly, after this, I was thinking about actually going and checking it out because I haven't done that in a while. I think the main reason that I stopped playing those games is because I get a quest that I just feel like I don't have the energy to do at that time, and then I stop. And then the next time I go in, it's still that same quest, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to.
They're the decorating quests, aren't they?
Yes, I hate the.
I hate decorating quests. They are so tedious. I hate it.
I just grab a bunch of items, just start placing them, and then hit the quest, and I pick them all up.
Yep. That's what I've been doing recently. I'm just like, I can't be asked to make it look super pretty. I'm just gonna put it down so I can get rid of it and just move on to the next quest that I hope is also not a decorating quest.
No, you wanna know what drives me crazy?
What?
I hate how big some of their houses are in that game.
Dude, you're telling me.
No, that's right. It wasn't Moana and Maui that I just got. I just got Mirabelle.
Her house is huge.
It's humongous.
And then you go into her house and it's just her bedroom.
And like the worst part about it is I placed it somewhere because I didn't think it was gonna be that big. And it almost blocks off. If it weren't for this one small tiny path that I could squeeze my character down, it would block off like half the map for me.
I put Stitch right next to me, but now I can't really get into my house, so it's okay.
Yeah, I just need to go start moving a bunch of houses and things around because Lord knows that I'm gonna have to get these new characters and I'm not gonna have room for them, or I'm not gonna have room for myself.
You're doing the big decorating task. Oh my goodness.
But like also I don't have the energy to do that.
That's how I was with Animal Crossing. Like, I loved getting the little characters and like making my house and stuff. But once it came to decorating the island, I had no theme. I had no idea what to do. I just had miscellaneous items everywhere.
See, I've gone with like 5 different themes that I wanted to do for Animal Crossing. Never actually did any of them. And then I sit there and stare at my island for a good 30 minutes trying to decide what I want to do. Right now, the last thing I remember doing is terraforming.
Oh,
And
that takes
that
too much
sucks.
time. Takes too much
It's way
time.
too much effort.
I think the last
Like,
thing I did for mine was making a farm, and then I was done. I haven't picked up that game since.
oh, I know that I moved a bunch of stuff around. Like now, I made like a nice big top level, I guess, to my island, and I think that's where I have my museum, and I have like stairs and everything. It looks nice. And then off to the right of that, I have my farm, but I don't think I actually do anything with my farm. Like I know I can make recipes and stuff. I just haven't actually gone and done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love cooking in games though. That's my favorite
I'm
thing.
I'm what you call a lazy gamer. I
No, that's
try
you're a
and
cozy
find
gamer.
my
You're a cozy gamer.
I am a cozy gamer, but I'm also a lazy gamer. I will find a way to shortcut my way around anything if I can.
At least you get to do
I
it
will
though.
I'll pull the wiki up and try and find out where like things spawn so I don't have to try and find it myself. Like I will find the recipes for things just so I don't have to try and just throw things together and pray. Like I literally will or like Animal Crossing the recipe cards.
Yeah,
I try my best to not have to like get them if I don't have to. Like I've avoided cooking because I'm just too lazy to go try and find the recipe cards. That and it's like all random. Like, sometimes the villagers will give them, sometimes they wash up on shore. Like it's too
yeah,
much. It's too much for me to sit there and try and collect all the recipes.
yeah.
I'm
The
not
people that 100% Animal Crossing, like, how do you do it? That's like 1,000 hours. I'm at
oh
200.
I'm somewhere around there too from the last time that I played, but I haven't played them forever because again, another person who shall not be named sold like all my games off.
Mm, yeah, I remember
That
that.
Animal Crossing is tied to his account. So
Well,
so I just wanted to
if you need
find a way
Animal
about
Crossing,
getting
let
that
me
island
know.
back.
Let me know if you need it. I can give you mine.
I would love that.
Okay. Next time we see each other, I'll do the trade. Okay. So on to the next. We have two more topics, and then we can close this out. But I just had a little question for you.
What's up?
What would you call girlhood? You know, like that trend on TikTok and Instagram where it's a video of a girl either like crying and like doing work and shit, and then in the next scene, it's them partying and doing girly stuff, like
So
Barbie.
girlhood is kind of just an interesting topic as itself because it can mean a lot of different things. Like, I feel like if we're talking about in the nature of just being human, girlhood is transforming from this little girl and maturing into a woman. But I feel like now we've started it as more of a thing where girlhood is both being emotional, but then allowing yourself to still go out and have that fun and be yourself.
Yes, I think girlhood is where you are grown up, but you're still attached to the little girl that you were, and you're still like having that childlike energy while still dealing with like adulting and womanhood now. Like
I feel
I
like in
think,
that sense, we are both very in tune with girlhood.
oh yes.
We are both just giant children that deal with bills.
For real. We deal with bills, we deal with really annoying men.
Men are just the bane of my existence, dude.
Like, okay, I'm gonna like say some things and you tell me if it's part of girlhood or if it doesn't really match up or what your opinion on it
Ooh,
is.
a
Okay.
little mini game.
A little mini game in the podcast.
Let's go. I'm ready.
So the first one I want to bring up is like the Barbie movie, not just Barbie the doll, but the Barbie movie. If you've seen it,
I have, and I loved it.
and like, how do you think it fits in with Girlhood? I think it fits in perfectly.
Oh yeah, it does. And it's because Barbie, in essence, and not only just the doll being made for girls, but Barbie in the movie even had a very childlike approach in the beginning to everything. But then when she started getting those human emotions, she realized that what she wanted to be was a real person. She wanted to be human. She wanted to go through the experiences of being a woman. And
Yeah,
so I think that ties in perfectly with Girlhood.
I think so as well. Okay. Another thing is collections. Like for me, I have a collection of like Disney memorabilia and other stuff as well. I think that's a part of Girlhood in a way.
That one can be a little like hit or miss because it's like at that point everyone's gonna argue, be like, well, boys do collections too, da 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 da. But for me, like I also had a collection. I had a giant collection of Funko Pops. I probably had almost 40 of them, and I've recently, very very recently, sold them off. I still have four of them at least, but I feel like at some point in life, every girl has a collection of something. I also have a collection of seashells somewhere.
Yeah, like men
I
don't
love
have a collection of seashells.
Men go out and collect seashells, but they don't have a collection. There's a very different thing. There's
Yes,
very
that's
different
what I
aspect of
mean
that.
by collecting. Like girls have collections, and so do guys. But I feel like guys collect for a different reason than girls do.
They have a different type of collection.
Exactly.
For the most part, when it comes to men, the most that I see from them is like they collect, and this is going to sound so stereotypical. We're not trying to be stereotypical here, but I mean, this is just what I see from my experience. It's usually, figurines of some sort. It is usually comic books. They do have like video game collections, stuff like that. But for girls, it's different. We have squishmallows, or we collect figurines too, but not the same type. Like we collect Funko Pops, or I don't know what those little things that you've been
Sunny
collecting, the little,
Angels.
yeah, those.
Yes, we
I didn't know
collect
the
those
names.
Funko Pops. We also collect like anime statues, but I think it's
That's what I was
different
going for.
ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a lot, like, I mean, for the most part, it's the same concept with anime statues, but I mean, like, it's different. Where am I trying to go with this? Like wording. It's different
Um,
categories.
yes, I think that's the word to use.
That's the best word I can think of.
Yeah. Okay. And then my last one for this game, because I'm only gonna say three and then we can go on to the next topic, would be stuffed animals. Speaking of squishmallows.
Oh, 100%.
Like
That like ties you into being a kid again.
yeah, and like having those stuffed animals and having like tea parties. Hello.
Like for me, when I was a kid, I collected all sorts of Build-A-Bears. I had so many Build-A-Bears, and I still have all of their birth certificates and everything.
Oh my goodness.
And now I don't have them anymore, but now I started collecting Squishmallows. As you know, I love Squishmallows.
Yes, girl.
I love them so much. I have the mini ones, I have big ones. I literally am sitting here with the like a big frog one on my bed right now.
I'm next to a frog one.
Is it like the light green one with the little blushy cheeks?
Yes, and she has like a flower pattern on her chest.
Oh, for me, mine doesn't have the flower pattern. Mine's just like a standard frog with the little blushy cheeks. I
Oh,
think
I
her
have
name's like
a
Wendy or something like that.
yeah. That's what I have, but it's like I guess a different style.
Maybe you have like an Easter edition or something like that.
I love the Easter ones. I have a bunch of holiday ones. Like I have the calico cat and Christmas gear, like a Christmas hat and Christmas scarf.
Oh, I have a straight up like Christmas tree squishmallow like in the corner of my room.
Whoa.
I can like see the butt end of it right now.
Do you have any Halloween ones?
No, and you would think that's like exactly what I would go for. But
The
I just like
only the only one I
I
have is cinnamon roll because of the new Hello Kitty one. I have cinnamon
you're
roll
right.
and a pumpkin.
my issue is I can't seem to find any Halloween ones that like I really really like.
That's how I am with all
Like
my
I
squishmallows. Like I don't go to Target and I'm like, this one's cute. I go to Target, I'm like, will I actually make a life with the squishmallow?
I literally I sleep with my squishmallow, my big frog one. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, you sleep with stuffed animals?" Well, technically, I use this one as a leg pillow, but I always end up cuddling it at some point in the night. Um, but I don't go and I'll see them and be like, "That's cute," but is it just gonna sit in the corner of my room, or is it actually going
Exactly.
to be a part of my life?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You gotta think about
like
this
when I,
because your stuffed animals are your friends, and no
like
men will get that.
even when I like eventually, like I said, I want to start streaming. Even when I start doing that, I'll probably still have this squishmallow like between me and my chair, just has like a back pillow or something. Like it's still gonna be a part of my life in some aspect.
Yeah, like a lot of people use their stuffed animals. Like some people have it in their background or in their chair with them, and it becomes like part of their brand in a way.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like what I wanted to go for because, like I said, I'm more of like a cozy game kind of person. So like cozy atmosphere, like
Exactly.
squishmallows, light colors, which I think is really funny considering all I do is wear black and I'm tattooed. Like it's not, it gives off two different vibes.
But your tattoos aren't like dark. You have a tattoo of Evie. You have a tattoo of Bulbasaur. You have a horror movie like thigh.
But I mean, like, it's not anything graphic. It's just like a piece of each horror movie. Like, like it has Michael Myers' face and like a knife. And then, I have Freddy Krueger's like glove with the knives and stuff on it. And then I also have just like the Jason mask.
Yeah,
Like, it's
but then
nothing
you
too
also have
crazy.
Lucky from Animal Crossing, and you also have flowers on your back, and you have a shark, right? Yeah, you
And
have
I
a
have
shark.
no, I don't have a shark.
Oh, I thought you did have a shark.
No, I did a shark tattoo on Dan.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then I also have cinnamon roll on my bicep. I have a capybara and a possum on my other. I have a big moth on my chest.
Yeah, so it's not like you have like dark tattoos. You still have like cozy. I mean, hell, I got a Disney leg tattoo or a whole Disney leg sleeve going on, and then I have like a bunch of flowers on my arm, and I have Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls on my arm as well. Like mine are definitely me, but they're
See,
not bad.
this goes into our collection.
Yes,
We have a
exactly.
collection of tattoos,
Exactly. Like men also have a collection of tattoos, but they don't call it that. They call
but
it
they
sleeves.
have a different style,
Exact. Nobody has a
different
Disney.
vibes.
Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So
Like
that's the end of our
I'm going towards
girlhood
like
game.
yeah, I'm going towards like anime, cozy games, colorful things.
Yeah. Okay.
So
The last thing we're going to talk about is parasocial relationships, which is a topic that Kristen really wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna let her take it away.
So the main reason that I'm pairing this, I'm gonna pair this up with the whole Sniper Wolf and Jack film things because I feel like it goes very, very well together. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because more and more nowadays, with the new streamers, new YouTubers, and everything that we have coming out, like people who are now more so in the spotlight than maybe they were 5 to 10 years ago, I've noticed that people say more and more unhinged things by the day. And I'm not going to say like I haven't been a part of it. Like I've said some unhinged things online. But the difference is that like I'll say them in the aspect of it's a joke. But then there's
Yeah.
some people where I read their comment and I'm like, I genuinely don't think this person's joking.
No, like there's some people out there that be commenting on like influencers, and it's like, do you really think you have a place in their lives besides just being a number in their viewership?
And like it's like yeah, I definitely think that these content creators like they do want to have a relationship with their fans, but I feel like some fans take that to a new level where it's like
Definitely.
I think people forget that not only are they just a fan to them, but also I think they forget that these people also have a right to their privacy. Like, putting themselves in the spotlight, yes, but that does not mean that they need every aspect of their life exposed.
Yeah, like whenever I hear of like fans going to people's houses, like I mean, this is Sniper Wolf and Jack's films, but I wouldn't call her a fan of him.
But the problem is, and the reason I brought this up and paired them together, is that she exposed his house. And that could put him and his family in a lot of danger. Like, people can now just like show up.
Yeah.
And where does that put him? That puts him in a situation where it's just like, okay, we don't know if this person's dangerous,
Like I
and now he has to make the choice of, you know,
do
trying to
we
handle the
move
situation himself
or
or
yeah.
moving, or and it just kind of disrupts his whole life. And I feel like for that, she only real like people have been commenting this on Twitter and everything, or X as it's now called.
It's
Um,
still Twitter, guys. Like
it's
we can
Twitter.
cut the crap. It's still Twitter.
But she only got like a slap on the wrist for that. And that is it.
Yeah.
Like, YouTube says that the whole thing with them is that they're supposed to get terminated from YouTube if doxing or harassment of that sort goes on. But realistically, Cinnamon, can you not bark in the middle of my segment, please? Thank you. My dog just interrupting our podcast.
He just wants to, or she just wants to be part of the cast. Let them
It
talk.
really does. But she got demonetized on one channel as far as I'm aware. Because I
Demonetization
just saw
doesn't
a
do
screenshot
anything.
today from another channel where it's just like Sniper Wolf Top Videos or something like that channel is still monetized.
What?
Exactly. And as far as I'm aware, this is only a temporary demonetization.
See, like when stuff like that happens, it makes it so that fans think they can also do it and not get punished.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted to bring that up. Because now it's like, now we're going to have people possibly show up at his house and they're either going to get in a severe amount of trouble or they're not, nothing's going to happen. Like, there's going to be a consequence or no consequence thing. And at some point, Jack Mills is going to have to move probably for the
Yeah,
safety of him and his family. And
which
I assume he's probably already looked into moving.
probably. I mean, we don't know how many times this has already happened with him already being in the spotlight. Like I know it's happened to other creators before where people have come to their house. I mean, I know Ludwig and his house got swatted before because I think fans called for the SWAT team to go over there. I
And
might be
then
wrong, but yeah.
did you see on Twitter what YouTube said about it?
I I did not see it completely, no.
I don't know it word for word, but I know that they were saying that like they used the term the behavior on both sides.
So they're blaming the victim as well.
Essentially, yes.
Hmm.
They're basically people are like, okay, so one makes parody videos on like the reactions and stuff like that, and one has done this, and this throughout her entire career and has gotten no consequence for it.
Yeah.
And I just think that's crazy.
I mean, people would just chalk it up to being like her being a girl and her just getting away with it, but it's way more than that.
It is way more than that, and in my opinion, I feel like it's a little bit of favoritism, or not even a little bit. It's blatant favoritism.
Yeah, for sure.
And then now we already have the parasocial relationships of one set of relationships, a fan and the content creator. Who's to say that they don't show up? Who's to say that people who are actually dangerous don't show up? Like, it was a whole unnecessary situation that was not handled correctly. Like, I know they had their beef, and I don't even know what their beef is.
Their beef
But
was
it doesn't
like
matter.
I think she just got annoyed that he was parodying her. I think that was really all it was.
But then in that case, she took it to a whole new extent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, that was very, very much uncalled for. And she
Yeah.
has since apologized. I mean, also using finger quotes around that because a lot of people think that she put it into like an AI chat creator
Bro,
and generated that.
AI.
She
AI.
generated the apology. Yeah. Because it misspells Jack Films. It just says Jack's Film.
Oh,
And it doesn't
jeez.
say it just one time. It says it like throughout the entire thing. It just says Jack's Film.
Ugh. Bro, not
So people
even.
think she might have done it.
I mean, she doesn't seem like the genuine type to apologize. So, I don't see how that could not have been happening.
I mean, for that one, we obviously don't know the answer to that one, but it's looking like she might have done that.
Like back to where like her doxing him makes it so other people can see that they could do it, or even dangerous people who have bad intentions, could do something worse. Like, you don't want that to happen, and it's also gonna be on her behalf if it actually, gets taken to the police.
And that's the thing. It's like just because she deleted it doesn't mean that it's not out there anymore. Like people have had the time to screenshot it. They had the time to look it up. Like it's now not hard to find out where he is,
Yeah,
which is an entire
there's definitely
invasion of his
people that
safety and privacy.
there's definitely people that like screen recorded it, or like people that put it on Twitter to report about it, and that video is still up and it's always going to be up because people have reposted it. Just because she deleted it doesn't mean that it was deleted from everywhere.
Exactly. Like there's whole sites where you can find things from Twitter from 7 years ago easily. Like who's to say that they can't find her Instagram story just by looking it up, Like it takes a couple words to be able to find something like that. And then
Yeah.
now his privacy is broken once again, all over again.
Yeah. Like I hope everything is okay with him and his family. Like, I send him best wishes, but also like, come on, YouTube, step it the fuck up. Like, it's not that hard to take someone off the platform if they're a bad person.
It's not that hard to follow your own rules.
Exactly. Like, what's going on?
You set these rules in place and then you proceed to break your own rules. Again, in my opinion, based on blatant favoritism. That's it.
Yeah.
Because if this was someone that you didn't like, then you 100% would have followed the rules. They would be gone.
Oh, 100%. Oh my gosh.
It's just crazy. I've been wanting to talk about that for like ever. As soon as I saw it and you invited me here, I was like, this is what we're talking about. I know it. I want it.
Okay. Thank you for being a guest. I'm going to end this episode here. I hope everyone who was listening enjoyed. And I just want to say thank you again for being here and riding the wave with me and my guest, my amazing guest. Oh my gosh.
It was so much fun. Thank you for having me. And honestly, I'm totally down to do another episode anytime if you want to. Please let me know.
Hey, you never know. Maybe we'll just have a 5-person, 6-person podcast.
It's just specific segments for each person.
Yes, like a specific person is talking about this specific thing. It's like, thank you so much, blah, 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 for talking about this topic. Now I'm going to go over to Kristen about this topic. And then you could hear like the previous person in the background being like, I agree. Or like they put their input in. Like, just chaos.
That would be hilarious.
That would be very, very chaotic. But people would definitely listen to it if it was like broadcasted with video.
Oh, it's my type of content right there.
Yes. Okay. So again, thank you for riding the wave. Come back next week for the next guest and also for the Halloween episode. And I hope you guys are very excited for it because I'm excited because my Halloween costume is up there, guys. It's really good. Or some might say it's really bad. But you won't get that until that day.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening.